Welcome to the Roy Anthony and
Every
Friends show.
Tuesday and every Thursday. Y'all
Hey,
tap in.
is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Roy
is
Anthony
anybody out
show
there?
is the spot to be, baby.
Hey, tune in. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the homie Big Hank and Cynthia. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the co-host Big Hank and Cynthia. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. Everybody tune in, you dig it? It's funny as hell, my dude. It's where we can kick
every Tuesday.
Everything is going
every
down.
Thursday.
They about to do the most. It ain't a confrontation, it's a conversation, homie. Yo, on the weekends, the Roy Anthony
every
Show.
Tuesday.
It's during the week, homie. The Roy
every
Anthony
Thursday.
Show. What you listening to? The Roy Anthony Show. Come on and get a
Tap in.
before we gotta
Tap
go.
in.
What you listening to? The Roy Anthony
every
Show.
Tuesday.
Come on and kick it with us. The Roy Anthony
every
Show.
Thursday.
It's going down, homeboy. The Roy Anthony Show. Co-host
Tap in.
Big Hank. We getting it. What you think? Hey. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest.
Hey, son.
You know, I tease you a lot, 'cause I got you on the spot. Welcome back. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back.
Roy, why are you welcoming me back? From where? I ain't been nowhere.
Well, I wasn't welcoming you back from nowhere. I was just thought it was a good song to sing to you, you know.
What?
What?
What you know about that? What you know about that? Hey, what you know about that? Hey, I know all about that.
What it do? What it do? What it do? Once again, this is Roy Anthony. Welcome to the Roy Anthony Show. My co-stars will be popping in. Big Hank Norman, Miss Cynthia Joy Towner, this is the queen of the show. Want to thank you for joining in. Those who's watching it from the different platforms around the world. Once again, I am Roy Anthony. Welcome to the Roy Anthony Show. And with my co-stars, Big Hank Norman and Cynthia Joy Town. That's right. It is what? February the 20th, 2024. We still here. And we are coming live from the WO platform, which was created to bring awareness to how our veterans, active and non-active, commit suicide. Those of us who have veterans that's coming back, we need to try to be empathizing, not just sympathize, but empathize. You know, I was listening to when Cal Lundy was saying how he had to deal with nightmares and, you know, thinking of the stuff he just went through and the deaths and so much going on that it can wear on any well-man's soul. So we want to be able to show patience and understanding, because we know, I always say that suicides is brought up from depression and feeling inadequate, but he put another level about it, where it's just that people's trying to cope and dealing with the nightmares of the stuff that they have lived through. And when you are living through something, I got to tell people, when you're reading a book, you read the pages within matter of seconds, but it details what somebody is going through in a day. And when you know in your natural life there is 24 hours in a day, and there's 60 minutes in an hour, and there's 60 seconds in a minute. So sometimes in life, some things is like tick tock, you living through this constantly. So now when you're away from these horrible situations, all of a sudden that those seconds and minutes and hours from previous times is coming back and hitting the individual. So we want to be able to have patience with our veterans and anybody who's been through horrible situations to where they feel that they want to commit suicide. We want you to know is that don't give up. Anything, don't give up. What don't kill you makes you stronger. We don't need you to, take your own self out because you don't see it. There's something for you, and the enemy always, when I say the enemy, I'm talking about the spiritual enemies, the demons. They don't want us to prevail. And so we want to, let our veterans, our teenagers, and anybody who feeling suicidal and stuff to please stick in there. And I know it's easier said than done, but you're listening to a person who's been through that himself, deep depression, wondering if I'm, feeling like I'm chasing after a dream and now is it just a dream? I'm feeling inadequate, everything could go wrong, but by the grace of God, I'm still here. And so the WO, which was created by Richie King, aka Redneck Pimp, that's he's a stand-up comedian, military veteran, along with the other veteran and co-creator of the WO Entertainment, which is my man Goose. Then our producers, our social producers that make sure everything's running, and that is Blue Phoenix, Eighth and Daily. And then we got our good friends and neighbors that our comrades. We have the BV Nation based out of Oregon, along with and when I saw say these neighbors, everyone isn't just veterans, it's non-veterans, because I'm a non-veteran, I'm non-military and stuff. Situations wasn't that avoided it or didn't want to join the military. It's just that there were certain situations that didn't want me to do, high IQ and everything. So that's a story for another day. But I'll give a shout out to my man Carl Loomis. Looking forward to seeing his wedding taking place July the 7th of this year. Um, his beautiful fiance. We also want to give a shout out to the Long Beach All Stars, which is brothers based out of Long Beach, brothers and sisters based out of Long Beach, Compton, Linwood, and parts of Watts. Well, I'm gonna say Watts, period. Um, Veterans and non-veterans alike, working together, entertainment, helping the neighborhoods. I'm really proud of a lot of different guys and stuff for real. Before we go into our subject, because there's something I'm gonna stand on for something I was saying Thursday, right? But I also, though, as y'all know, we do live stand-up comedy, and so starting March the 7th, yes, starting March the 7th, we will be at Mulaney's Grill in one hell of an Irish bar. That's right. It's every Thursday night in Long Beach, and this is where you can bring your car in for free. You can bring your yachts, your boats. You can bring all of that in and stuff. Park right there. You can get your tickets, advance tickets at Eventbrite.com. Go to Eventbrite.com. You can get pre-sale tickets, and they honor the pre-sale tickets um, at the door. They would go in first before anybody in line. We got heavy hitters coming from around the world. A lot of you not around the U.S. Some other come in other countries. They out here in Hollywood and different parts, different comedians. You'll be able to see them every Thursday. And those who's not in Long Beach, we have the only stand-up comedy show that you can watch live on YouTube. If you're not in Long Beach or in California, you can't get down to Long Beach, go to YouTube, go Roy Anthony Live, and you can see the live show at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So in the Midwest, that's 10:30 p.m. Big Hank is the host of the show, and so don't fret. We're the only live stand-up comedy show coming every week. Our show is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and thank God for that. And so I want to get that out the way. I want to show that we are constantly moving. So if you're in Long Beach, our podcast is, like I said, this is a conversation. The Roy Anthony Show is based upon having a conversation. It's not a confrontation, it's a conversation. If we say something that you don't agree with, it's just from our observation. We don't speak for the WO. They trust us enough that we're speaking from freedom of speech from our standpoint. Me as an American, as a Black American in this country, I'm not a person who is prejudiced. I think that the term racist is misused in a lot of ways to try to make it seem equality. But if you look it up, the definition of racist means one that comes from the word racism, and racism is um, it's a defined as when one race can give laws that gives imprisonment and murders to another race. That's just how it was. A lot of racism started in the European nations. There's some um, history facts that I've been finding, especially dealing with the Mississippi River, especially dealing with our dollar bills. But um, I'm not a person who to enhance into conspiracy theories. I like to deal with facts. I don't deal with theories too much because theories means an unproven fact. I don't like to speak on theories. I like to have facts. Now, last Thursday on our show, we had stated that it was a shooting. So the media made it as it was a mass shooting, like when the terminology that we've seen that was mass shooting, like when we take, for instance, the guy that was in Vegas and at the country concert, and he was in a room just starting shooting people. I consider that's a mass shooting. Okay, so we have made a statement that when it's mass shootings like that it must be a white person, and that I stated that only time when someone innocently gets shot when it's dealing with blacks is that they're not just to go out and shoot just randomly people. They're usually at odds with this one particular person or a group, to say it's gangbangers, right? And well, before I continue, one of our co-stars is in the house. Let me give him a shout out. What's up, Big Hank?
Man, what's up with the great Roy Anthony? What's happening, man?
Man, you got it, man. I was glad to see you, man, for real. I'm always happy to see Big Hank. It's not a day go by and stuff because me and him have, in our lifetime, have dealt with deaths and tragedies. So each
Yes,
time
sir.
if I see my brother, I'm happy to see him,
Yes, sir. I'm always glad to see you, Roy. It's good to see you, man.
Thank
You
you,
always
sir.
bring a smile. You always bring a smile to my face, man. You're a good-hearted dude, man. Love you, man.
Thank you. Love you too, bro.
Yes,
And I
sir.
was just talking about, I just had mentioned our comedy show, right?
Right.
I just talked about that. And but I was kind of retracting over what Thursday because of developments that happened for the shooting at the Kansas City end of the parade, right?
Right.
I've seen found a lot of developments, and I was retracting. But before I go into that, how are you doing, bro? Before I go into the subject, how are you doing in the family?
Yeah, and I'm doing excellent. Have you ever been doing excellent? Have your life ever been going excellent? It's so
Yeah,
going
some periods, yeah,
excellent.
it's
Excellent. Excellent,
that's
man.
good,
Excellent.
man.
Now I do have a little problem with my fish tank. I got a little. I bought a couple of new fish, and when one of the fish must have had some. I want to say it's called ick. I don't know if you know about fish tanks, but ick. When ick get in your tank, man, it spread all the rest of your tank. And so I got 2 fish that I got to work on. I'm finna get it tackled today. As soon as I get off the show, man, I'm finna get on this tank, man, and get this stuff tackled because I'm not used to having no diseases in my tank, man. So
yeah, and I see you take care. If Big Hank take care of that fish tank, I'll be serious.
That's my tank. That's my look. I got another tank that got babies in it. I got fish that had babies. So I got man. Look, I got a baby tank, and then I got a huge, humongous tank, Roy. So it's off the chain, man. I'm gonna show you one day, though. I'm gonna show you one day.
I'm definitely gonna be for real.
Yes, sir.
Look here, Big Hank has he's a green thumb.
Mm-hmm.
He be able to fly for real. He grows his own greens and then cooks them, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm like, hey, I'm getting
and that's what Pastor said the same thing. He said, man, everything you touch just bloom, just blossom, man. As soon as I got the fish, they started having babies. I bought some crayfish, they started having babies. I'm like, Pastor, like, man, everything you touch started just blooming, man. So
that's
a good thing. That's a good thing.
That's a good spirit, man. Hey, yes, I'd rather be hanging around with Big Hank, y'all, because they tell the words say, bad company corrupts good manners.
Corrupts good manners, yes, sir.
Big Hank, he has made me have better manners. I'm being honest. He doesn't say anything. Only thing he's ever said to me would be like correcting the words. Roy, if you're gonna talk, you gotta say the words correct.
You got at least gotta pronounce the word right. If you're gonna use it, you gotta pronounce it right.
Big Hank gonna let me get by saying bad word off or whatever. This man is very educated.
And, I need you to be on point. I need you to be on point.
That's what he do.
That's good.
And hey man, so I was talking about Thursday. You know, we had made statements. Well, I made statements basically that when we hear mass shootings from the media and they say mass shootings, I always take it as somebody like when the country concert was going on in Vegas and the guy goes up in the room and he's just popping people, right? And I call that a mass shooting. Now I said and usually we say that's a white person have done that.
That's usually where your mind. As soon as you hear mass shooting, that's where your mind goes.
That's what I'm saying. And some of our white brothers felt the same way. Brothers and sisters felt the same way. Now we said that when blacks, I've seen where the cats driving by shooting at a house, they supposed to be at one person, but they shooting and always hitting somebody innocent or something like that. It's not that they intentionally picked out a house, it's an enemy that they're going after, you know, but they just sometimes do it the wrong way. You feel me? There's no right way when you're trying to commit murder, period. But so what I found, it wasn't a mass shooting at the Chiefs end of the parade. Yes, it was just like I thought. Was it casualties of war? You feel me? Now, why I say casualties of war, 22 people got shot. One lady lost her life. The 2 dudes, these guys got into a confrontation. And you know, they try to say gangbangers and stuff, and I'm gonna get into that because the governor of Missouri kind of came like, we got to do something about these thugs, because you know that's the biggest fear whenever us blacks do something. It's there's now all of a sudden lethal law got to come into effect and stuff like that, right? You know what I'm saying, right? So it wasn't a mass shooting, but it was countless of witnesses where a girl was saying, you stupid to do this with all these people here. That's stupid. You don't do that. And they shot. So what it was is one of them is shooting while they running, shooting back at it while they running, because the other dude shooting back and running. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear you.
And so it's almost like, you ever seen that episode of Boondocks where the 2 dudes is in the crosswalk, and they pulling out guns and they shooting everywhere but themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
know.
they're juveniles, and so you can't put out their identity.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow the identity has been, some of the reports I've seen, and it was some of the people who tackled one of the guys is that they was two black teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
Now they wasn't there to shoot the other people,
No.
and like this one black dude, I can't, he got shot in the, and I mean I was thinking about you, right? You, your wife, and your little, your grandson, I'd be with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
The one black dude, him, his wife, and their kids is there. His two kids, and he got shot in the ankle. His wife got shot in the calf, and his baby son got shot in the foot.
Damn.
Now,
Sheesh.
I want society to know I will be pissed. It's not about what race. My family, my baby got shot
Sheesh.
over this
Yeah.
careless. Now, once again, I'm gonna say this: guns don't kill people. People kill people.
Yeah.
Now, the investigation's still going on because I don't see how these two young guys, because if it was me investigating and I got my babies and got shot, I need who's responsible for this kid? Where'd you get the gun from?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody's going to tell me, and these two teenagers going to be telling me something. I'll be doing just like the dude on Minister Society. if I was the detective,
Uh-huh.
you see,
Yeah.
you messed up right there.
Yeah, that's where you fucked up at. That's where you fucked up at.
Is that what he told him?
That's where you fucked up at. Yeah. And then
You feel?
I'll be pulling out them how they do when they pull them bullets out. You know how many years? That's 10 years right there. That's 20 more years right there. That's 30, and you got 22 of them coming.
Yeah.
You got 22 of them coming, man. I can bring you all. You looking at about 200 something years, man. If you don't tell me who is the man and the man that do the man thing on the man thing. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna have to
That
let me know
part.
something. Yeah, you're gonna have to let me know something in Kansas City, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
And then I looked up.
and they gonna push the line of youngsters, and the youngsters gonna start talking too. What?
Yeah.
What?
I was, my son is 19, and I was grateful that he wasn't in nothing like that.
Me too. My
Where
son. Mm-hmm.
you see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes,
For
sir.
one,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need. I heard you say that Thursday. You don't carry guns like that.
I know I wasn't no gun packer. I've had guns before, and I ain't gonna say that, but yeah. I'm not a gun packer. I don't walk around with a gun strapped to me. I don't do that.
Yeah, I'm
But
likewise. Now in Missouri,
I keep
Cali is so different because in Missouri, their laws like my partners can carry their guns on their hip,
Mm-hmm.
and it's identified on their plates or their car. I never seen them get stopped by the police because when you run their plates, it shows that they license to carry gas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm like yourself, but I'm always around cats who has the guns.
Yeah.
I have guns myself,
Yeah.
but I'm not. I'm a home protector person.
That's what I am. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. That's
Yeah.
what mine is for.
Yeah, when
That's
I go out in society,
that's my little flipper is for too. Yeah, I got a little flipper. Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. I got some, you like what you doing on over here? Was you know what I'm saying that I got
Yeah.
family to take care of, but for me to just go out in the
No.
street because
No.
my mother said when I was a kid, you go looking for trouble, you're gonna find trouble.
Oh, it's gonna come get you if you got it like you ready. Yeah, it's gonna come get you.
Yeah, and I felt that that's when I got shot after I gave her I used to keep a 9mm on me at all times.
Mm-hmm.
In 2001, I said, you know what? I'm not going to start this year with my gun.
Right.
Matter of fact, I got rid of it. I had a 9mm. I had a dude that did hollow points for me. I had 16 in the clips and 1 in the chamber. 17.
Mm-hmm.
Safety
Mm-hmm.
didn't work. Nothing. All I got to do is pull the trick.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I get rid of it. In May of that same year is when I got shot on the freeway.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to find that mud. I'm like, oh, now, I'm saying this, it's because I was a person, I would never pull my gun out on nobody unless I was taught that if I pull my gun out on you, I gotta use
Gotta
it.
use it. Gotta
Yeah.
use it.
Yeah, you don't give nobody no fear.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've had it where I'm like, man, what we gonna do? You feel me? It's on my back. If they make a move, I'm gonna use it.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of slight situations, but I felt that my punishment when I got shot, it was a punishment for the I don't know, that was me saying you live by the sword, you die by the sword. I didn't die by it, but what I'm saying, it was a wake-up call because the ballistics of my bullets matched 7 other murders.
Wow.
And I said, why, Lord, why I live? So these guys, these 2 young guys, don't really know the ramifications. These 2 teenagers don't know the ramification of what's going on. I believe that it's these big cheese, somebody, it's always an older guy in the neighborhood who put these guns in these kids' hands. It's someone older. 2 15-year-olds don't know how to go get a gun.
Mm-hmm.
For real, they can be sharp, but somebody they done got the gun too. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And all that needs to be investigated.
And it is. It is.
Oh,
Trust
yeah.
me, it is. Trust me, it is.
Yeah. And so I want to say condolences to all those who were shot and the Latino lady and stuff, who was shot.
Condolences to the lady's family that got that perished. The Hispanic DJ. She was a Hispanic DJ or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Condolences to her family. And then we praying for all the ones that got injured, hurt, was in the vicinity. If you saw anything and it's still messing with your mental, whatever it is, man, we praying for anybody that was affected by the shootings that happened in Kansas City. We're gonna be praying for y'all.
My condolences, big time. How you doing, Miss Queen? Cynthia Joy Towns in the
Man,
house.
listen, I'm good, but it's been so much stuff going on the scene. But I will say Jesus is on the main line. He know what's up, and things has been going good. So I ain't complaining about nothing.
What's up, sis? Hey, just saying hey.
Oh, hey. Let me tell y'all, first of all, I'm sorry I'm late, but it's when I'm sore, okay? I
You
went
sore?
I went to church last night, but I went to a dance workout thing that they had going on. This thing was an hour and a half of like praise dancing and all kinds of, you dig? And my body is broke up, but it was for good reasons, and it was a good day, and things is great, and
And
I'm
you did it for the Lord, so the Lord got your back.
All the time.
My front, my sides, and all the way around.
But you can feel it though. You can feel it though, right?
Oh yeah, I can for sure feel it. I can feel it.
There was times when there was no feelings.
Right.
Right. And hey, I want to tell everybody in the audience too, those who's listening, because I found out it's really got a lot of paying attention to us. WO is really blowing up. We talk about that. We got some new people coming in, new shows coming on, other shows. But I want to tell everybody, please pay attention to Cynthia Joy's show on Mondays. Strengthen You. Right?
Good looking.
On Mondays. What time is that on Mondays?
It's at 3 p.m. Mountain Time, so that's 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern.
Yes. I heard a lot about your show lately and stuff. Even yesterday, the women shows and stuff, and I'm like, I want to give kudos out to that. Anything Cynthia's into, just like Big Hank makes some stuff grow all the time. We just talk about his fish and his plants And so Cynthia's really got a motivation. You're inspiring a lot of women. I'm just gonna tell you that.
Shout out to
Thank
my
you.
sister Cynthia George,
Yeah,
man. Shout
for
out to
real.
Cynthia
The
George, man.
women
Thank
ask
you.
me why she can't, can she have another show on your show where it's just the women talking? Like, well, this is the Roy Anthony show, and we try to make it where. So
He said, "Don't y'all
I'm
come
not trying to
starting it."
be vain, but it's like, okay, my sister do run it down for me, but they was like, we need to have another women's show talking and stuff. I'm like, I just want to encourage you that on Mondays, a lot of the women and stuff, she be running the show sometimes, but it sure was. And so even my mother was in that. I like Cynthia, okay, yeah, but this.
Hey, but she ain't
Shout
finna
out
get
to
none.
Miss
She ain't finna get
Rosie.
none of this Roy Anthony show though. She ain't finna get none of this
Look,
Roy Anthony show though. That's what
I
she.
said,
look,
I'll buy
Big
that,
Hank.
brother. But you got to include the men too. They was like, they need to wear the women just. I said, wait a minute, I ain't gonna be where the men ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Give
I
her
also
30
want
minutes, man. Give
everybody.
her the last 30 minutes, man. We take the first 30, give her the last 30, man. Let her
Yeah,
go
that's
and
what I'm
do her
thinking
thing.
about doing. They told me to do something, let her, you know what I'm saying? I said, okay, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of women viewers, and it wasn't just one race talking about
Yes,
that
sir.
either.
Yeah,
You done got the women inspiring. It's like, yeah. I was like,
yeah, that's a good
okay,
thing.
if
That's
the
a good
people
thing.
like it, that's cool. Also, I
That's a
want to
good
tell
thing.
everybody for spiritual help, for real, Big Hank runs a Bible study on Wednesdays, afternoons. What time is that, Big Hank?
Wednesday at noon.
Wednesday at noon, 12
At
p.m.
noon,
Pacific
12 p.m.
Standard Time, 2
I don't know
p.m.
all that. I'm not
Well,
like Cynthia. I don't know. I don't know what 12 p.m. Central and
well, 2
mountains and
p.m.
all. I don't
is,
know.
yeah.
Look,
Y'all
At
know
12 p.m.
PG.
it's about 3 o'clock on the East Coast. That's what I do know.
Yeah,
Something
look,
like
I was
yeah,
that.
gonna
man.
say, yes,
Yeah,
12
it's
Pacific, 1 Mountain, the 2 Central, 3 Eastern. Yeah,
East
you
Coast.
go.
Yeah,
Hey, well,
that's
you
it.
got an A for that. You got an A on that test. I would have got like about a C minus on that one. I'm like, nigga, you missed 2 of them. You missed 2, nigga. You missed 2.
Hey, no, but for real, for spiritual, and then you can go see the recordings. It's on Facebook.
Yes,
You
sir.
can go see the recordings, and I've been really what I love is because y'all don't understand that when I was a kid, I couldn't understand why we couldn't just dress the way we want to. The word don't define me by the clothes I wear.
No, not at
God
all.
don't. And Big Hank be sitting back with hat on and breaking the word down.
Yes,
I
sir.
just
Yes,
want to tell
sir.
you I appreciate that big time.
Thank you very much,
Um,
bro. Thank you very
yeah.
much. Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
don't have to be dressed up. God to see you, just He goes by our
No.
hearts. You know
And
what I'm
That's
and
right.
you
saying?
and when you reading your Bible, you don't go get dressed up and read your Bible. You just open your book up and read your Bible, man. And so that's
And
what
wait,
we do. We opening our book up, reading our Bible at noon, and you can catch it on St. Luke Holy Baptist Church. I want to say it's on the video. It's a video. St. Luke Holy Baptist Church. You can go there on their page, and it's always on their page. I always share it on my page, so you can find it on my page also. But we just talking about the Bible, man. We talking about we in Proverbs now. It's about getting wisdom and understanding and making sure that in the book of Proverbs, Solomon was talking to his sons. So it's a book about men. It's a book for men, and it's a book to help men to learn and not to make the same mistakes that Solomon made, because he made some mistakes. Don't get me wrong. He was the greatest. He was one of the richest men that ever lived. God used to talk to him audibly, and so, but he still, just like his daddy did, he still made mistakes, just like everybody else did, just like Roy Anthony did, I did. Everybody made mistakes except Jesus. Jesus was the only one that
Right.
walked away
yeah,
and didn't make no mistakes, man. He the only one that could do it. Yeah, we
yeah,
can't do it. There's no way we can do it, but Jesus did it for us.
yeah. And you
Yeah, for us.
absolutely right, because and it makes me feel good. I want anybody else to understand that, just like as Big Hank is stating, is that I didn't just make a mistake. I made a lot of mistakes.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
I was like Paul. I don't know why I was kicking the thorn bush, and I'm just hurting myself.
They always say God is a God of second chances. Well, I'm like on my 300 second chance. It's about 302 chances, man. You know what I mean? So a second chance, third chance, fourth chance, fifth, whatever. How many chances it take for you to get it? That's what God is, because his grace. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's His grace. So grace,
Hey, Manda Boo.
God's grace is way different than our grace. Our grace, you be like, all right, man, I'm gonna let you slide on this one, or you know what I mean? That's our grace. All right, man, I'm gonna let you slide on this. You got one more time, though. You got one more time. God don't do that. God, however many times you take, however many times you take.
And it said that heaven forgives 70 times 7 a day.
Yeah,
that's 490 times. You know, now we'll say, well, I don't sin that many times. Well, you don't know some of the thoughts in your head.
That's right.
You know, you ever had a thought in your head and you be like, this in the head, or I was you feel
well, anything, man. It could be anything. Look at that. And, you know, he'd be like, man, I'll be like, get away from me, devil, flee from me. Get away from me.
I know. Hey, wait a minute. I just see me like, I'm not gonna lust. I'm not gonna lust. Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Yeah.
I'm asking the Lord to look at it with me. Big guy be like, oh Lord, look at that.
oh my God, I can't.
that one too, Joy. Oh my God, that's you call a guy. Look at that. Oh my God, look at that.
Yeah, you feel me?
Yeah.
Man, hey, okay. The subject we was going to get into, and I just want to do 4 or 5 minutes. I just want to ask this one quick question. What is the government doing for American people, man?
You know
why I asked this question? I ran across, over the weekend, Ukraine got defeated in this one particular town area, whatever, right? And it said the Ukraine in the West is concerned.
Yeah, they put it out.
And so that they had rolled up a bill or wrote up something where they was talking about giving them, the U.S., giving the Ukraine $60 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, now I'm like, wait a minute. For one, I've always been a spokesperson about why are we giving these people money? I feel like you, Big Hank, you always state how you use your thing to vote. Big Hank uses his money to help me. I try to use my money, pay tithes to help. We did some stuff, you know what I'm saying, in shows. I pay my taxes. I just filed taxes, Cynthia Joy works, pay taxes. I feel like as we are American people, why is it that I want to know why isn't our taxes working back for us? And I'm starting to wonder some stuff. Because while we're giving them money, our food prices is going up. I go get some cereal. It was $8. And it didn't even have those malta berries and you know how they
you just got the Frosted Flakes cost $8?
Yeah.
You didn't have no raisins in it, no nothing.
$8, bro.
Well, I'll be there.
And I'm like, man, where's the crunch berries? I can't even afford crunch berries no more.
I can't. We've been living in America all these years. What has America ever done for the American people? Like, it's ain't no new thing.
Well, what I'm saying is then somebody gotta, I feel like, why do anybody makes under 100,000 pay taxes then? Why do we have to pay income taxes where 15% of that goes to England?
Man, I was listening to somebody talk about other countries where they don't got to pay for no hospital, no insurance, none of that. They don't got to pay to go to college. Everything, they don't got to pay for nothing. Everything, because this is our country. So I should be able to go where I want to go, do what I want. You know what I mean? I pay taxes. And so, man, so look, so I don't know what's going on, but we know it's been that way all the time here. And it's about, and I I'm gonna tell you what I heard. I'm gonna just say Creflo Dollar said is mammon. This is mammon right here. The one they talk about in the Bible, that mammon word about, yeah. And this is what it's all about, because it's all about money with them. Money this, money. So this, and we the greatest country in the world. We got the biggest military in the world. And at the end times, Revelations 17:1 through 19:4, it talk about the greatest country in the world at the end time with the biggest military in the world. End time, that's the one that got to take the fall.
Yeah.
All right. Because of how they've been treated, the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their
yeah.
own.
Yeah.
And their own. Because
and their own. Yes, that's right. And their own.
What you just said, Big Hank, and I was saying is like, why in the world, and like you said, here we are paying taxes, using our vote, paying the taxes, using a vote, paying, and I'm like, okay, I need to ask this question.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see. Look, I asked a question last week, and I've been researching. How you want to paint to me now? We can't say, I'm gonna say this, that the KKK ain't a terrorist group. They never make them a terrorist group. For real. Mr. Governor of Missouri, when you called them thugs, when people kill people and stuff, you can put in the category of thugs, racists, whatever. But no one has yet to prove to me, because what I found is that the Proud Boys are anti-Semitic. That doesn't put me in the category that he doesn't like blacks. And anytime someone says, well, they're anti-Semitic, we automatically figure that it's us as well. Okay, man, I'm gonna tell you something. Starlet said, hi, beautiful and handsome people. Hey,
that's what's up, Starlet?
Your Starlet's in the house. Okay, look, bro. You just said something, and we say it's been like this, but change got to come. You can feel it, because you cannot keep taking my funds and then peeing on me, and I'm starting to see what are the white Americans are saying. So then they keep trying to divide, because no one has showed to me that the Proud Boys have done anything towards blacks. They are against, they're considered anti-Semitic, which means that they are against the Jews. I looked up 3%ers. Okay, back in the Revolutionary War, there were 7 colonies of the European nations in America. Each colony was supposed to give 50% of the men to come to fight in the Revolutionary War. Now, everybody can look this up. I tell people I don't go by theories, I go by facts. I researched this stuff up for a minute, right? Look, in the Revolutionary War, where they showed George Washington leading the charge down the Delaware River, each colony was supposed to give up to 50% of the men to come help fight in the war. They didn't send over 50. Only 10% of the men of the 7 colonies would come in and join, and then some of them went back to where it was only 3% of the whites from the colonies, because they was hurting from the cold and the not having proper shoes for the cold weather to stand out there to fight. So they used more blacks and Asians in the Revolutionary War. It tripped me out, right? In the Revolutionary War. Now, in the Smithsonian Museum, there's a picture where it shows George Washington on the Delaware with all these boats with yellow and black men in it. Guess what? Now they got that picture where it's just George Washington. Now, my point of saying this is that while you're so busy trying to whitewash, and like you said, this whole thing is just money, 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 money. They threw drugs and crack in the neighborhoods and stuff, and came up with knowing we don't have no planes. We drop crack in the neighborhoods. The demons got in certain blacks because certain blacks put their family members on drugs just to get that money. The word of God say the love of money is the root of all evil. You had to love money so much that you even turned like your oppressor to your own family members. That's the truth. And so then when these situations occur, so we say, hey, government, we're paying our taxes and stuff. What? But then that's another smoke screen because I go the major black churches, and I'm talking about for the black churches, because the white churches look out for each other. The Latino churches look out for each other. This, if all the churches was based like St. Luke's Holy Baptist Church of West Side Long Beach, we'd be having jobs and everything for a minority. You get out, you'll have a job. You ain't gonna worry about eating. You ain't gonna worry about none of that. And I don't think Dr. Williams has a gold toilet in his bathroom. See, we want to call upon God, but we don't want to follow God's rules. And then we make these make-believes and stuff. Do you want to make God laugh? Tell him your dream or what? What? People without a vision will perish. We're in a government, and everybody, like you was just stating, a lot of people don't want to accept revelations. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
To me, this is tribulation. We're constantly getting killed. We're the ones living through it.
Yeah.
Some of the white churches make it seem like, oh, well, when the Lord comes back in the rapture, then we're going to go through tribulation. There's going to be deaths and killings. What the world you think we've been going through? 4 million blacks in prison. Blacks go to prison for child support, DUI, suspended sentence. Don't jaywalk. You get, for real, I know a dude who had a suspended sentence for 7 years. Him and his partner was running drugs. They gave him a suspended sentence. He got caught jaywalking. Oh, you got to do with 7 years. What type of society we live in?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Here we are. Yes, we make mistakes. We feel remorseful. We repent. We move on.
Yeah.
This society is based upon, hey, only time I've seen it, I thank God for sports, because seemed like the only time I've seen blacks, whites, Latinos, and Asians come together to root on their team. Mentioning that, man, NBA All-Star was terrible. That's man, they might as well just did layups. And I was more thrilled by the three-point shooting than all that, man.
Man, that was the worst All-Star game I ever seen. I never seen. How you gonna have a dunk contest with one who can't dunk? You know what I mean? He had a dunk contest with the ball who can't dunk. But hey, I guess this is what the time is coming to now, man. They didn't even try to play no defense. You let somebody score 200 some points on you, man. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Even my mama called me. My mama said, "You watching this shit?" My mama said, "See you watching this shit?" She said, "That was the worst." She said, "That was the worst All-Star game I ever seen."
You know what I feel, man? And we've been saying this when we first started our season 1. A lot of people don't understand that this is the only time in the history of the U.S. that we've had so many black millionaires and billionaires throughout the history of the United States. And you know what gets me? I'm so tired of seeing millionaire blacks bickering with each other. Man, that's some sickening stuff from the comics, Shannon Sharp, all this. I was going to say on my stand-up, a bunch of rich whining. Mm-hmm. Have you forgot that you breathing? You forgot that when you didn't have it, you feel me? Now you are bickering. You know what? I was watching the videos, but I wasn't into the content. Guess what I was doing? I was doing count on them diamonds that they was wearing.
Yeah.
You know what we want to talk about? This is a thing. This is a thing. When I see a bunch of rich people, every single one of them, Monique, Cat, all of them, you ain't suffering like the general public people are suffering.
No, they ain't suffering at all. They ain't
What they
suffering
bickering
at all.
about, Big Hank? What
No.
what they fussing about?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say this, man. First of all, this media, social media thing, got people thinking that they more than what they should be. I mean, you know, and well, you got even we got what is this called a podcast? All these podcasts, you got cats that can get on and think that they can talk about what they want to talk about. Now, bickering amongst all this, like you said, all these rich people with money, what sense does it make? I'm like you, what sense does it make? And you making us look bad. You making our people look bad in front of all, you know. So my thing is this, man. If I got a problem with you, I'm gonna go to you. I'm not gonna go to Shay Shay. First of all, I'm like Mike F. What kind of grown ass man got a name like? So you already know what he with. You know what I mean? You ain't letting you ain't gonna let no grown man come to you and say, hey, Shay Shay, let me holler at you. What?
What? I thought it was just me, right?
All right, so I was saying that. All right, but I'm not into that, bro. I wouldn't get on another show and talk about you. You know what I mean? I wouldn't get on another show and talk about whoever because I don't do that. So that's not my thing, man. And I really wish they would cut that shit out, to be honest with you, because it makes us look bad.
I'm also tired when they be saying stuff like, it's not like it is, this day terror demon and all that. Man, check this out. How you was knowing what was going on when you went and got your money. Now, what you don't try to discourage me from trying to get that paycheck. Hollywood ain't what it is. You knew what it was. Some of that stuff for real. You keep it right and you said it right. What you mean they can blackwash you? If God is on your side, that's why it's so long with us, Big Hank, because you know what? The race is not to those who is fast and swift, but to those who endures to the end. I'm tired of seeing a bunch of rich black cats. You what? I guess you don't eat collard greens. Do you understand what soul food means? You feel me? You've been blessed. Why in the world are you discouraging yourself? So let me go on Club Chase. I'm gonna be honest. I don't care how wealthy I am. I'm gonna be like, first, man, I just want to say it's an honor to be able to even sit on this platform with my talent, with my natural born talent. Yourself. Guess what? You seen somebody kissing at a party. What was you going there for? I don't go to everybody's parties. I don't go to everybody's. You feel what I'm saying? I don't need
you already know. I look. I don't do a lot of nothing, so I don't go hardly nowhere no more. Cause I know about it, man. But that's because I've been to all the parties. I've been to where they smoke cocaine at the party. I've been to where they was snorting cocaine at the party. I did all that.
Yeah.
So I don't gotta go to the parties. I don't gotta be there to know what's going on. I already know what's going on. So I ain't gotta be there, man. I'm good. I'm straight. I did that already.
I get fed up with that. They talk about, oh, he kissed this guy. And that, look here, that's none of my business. I let everyone know I'm a heterosexual. I don't Big Hank married. I'm eventually I'm about to be married. Will be to a woman. I'm a heterosexual. Okay. Now you see, hey, check this out. That's their business. Why are you telling it to this man on this social media and stuff like that? You ain't telling your business. You may not be able to do what you was with Big Bertha, and she weighed 500 pounds, and you got to slap her thigh to ride the wave in. You know what I'm saying? That's no business. And the thing is, some people say, hey, bro, I see you talk to whites, blacks. I talk to everybody the same way because I try to treat them the way I would want to be treated. Just hear me out. I'm going to hear you out. Don't judge me by the contents of my color, judge me by the content of my character.
Yeah.
You know, I'm hoping that we all blow up. And guess what? I think everybody, I don't know how people act on our team if they get a meal. You know, we got a sitcom thing about to happen. I don't know how cats would be when they get their money. I can't tell a person how to be with their money.
Right.
We pay, they do a show, you know, we do our show, whatever, right? And the networks pay. I can't tell you, and now you got your money, because I'm trying to pray to God to let me stay on. You feel what I'm trying to say, Big Hank?
Yeah, got you.
You make $1 million. You got $1 million. I got $1 million. Now we as humble as we now, right now. But I'm saying, Lord, keep me this same way when I have these millions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I want to give my 1 million tithes. I mean that in my heart. Now I don't.
So you're gonna make the money. You ain't gonna let the money make you.
Of course, man. No.
There it is right there. There it is right there. That's what I'm talking about.
It's a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul.
Lose his soul, man.
I can't take none of that money with me. I can leave it off, but once I leave from this earth, I don't think I'm gonna be like, hey, hold up, Lord. I need to spook one of my family members. They not doing the money like they. You feel what I'm saying?
Real.
The Lord told me to leave a legacy. So when I leave, you feel me?
Yeah.
Now the funds, my material may not make nobody rich until I'm dead. I don't know. You know how they say the family estate, they get paid. What's it called? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but the thing is, I pride myself of feeling like if I had $1 million right now, and with God telling me I have 40 acres on 1,000 hills, I got cattle on 1,000 hills, and they're all yours. That's the least of his concern. You feel me? But I don't want to get in these guys' positions. I think the biggest thing with me is I want to give the audience comedy and entertain them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not into the bickering. I can't, you know, as long as hey, look, everybody in our show, let's say for instance, everybody. You got Melrose, you got Black Rosebuds, you got caramel gray and stuff, you know. So everybody gets $1 million. Now, all of a sudden, we was hungry when we shot the first 2 episodes. Now we got like, man, where do that? You gotta stay hungry, right? I don't understand the bickering. I'm telling them, do something creative. You know what I'm saying? I can't knock Shannon Sharp though. He's sitting up there and he's probably a big fan of like, hey, I get to sit down and have a one-on-one with Cat Williams, and he's drinking some, you know, some drinks. He didn't coerce Cat or Monique or anybody to say anything. You know, yes, he's sitting up there, you know. I have a bag on him regardless, because he do seem like bigger, tight, buff, muscle-bound guys seems to want to wear tight shirts. I just don't understand that. You know what I'm saying?
Anti-man shit. Damn, man. Shit.
What's getting me? Hey, tight in the crouch and they high waters.
God damn.
No shit.
And then I gotta sit across from you and look at you and act like I'm not looking down when I keep looking up. Wait, I'm like, this nigga is just sitting in front of me looking like, damn, okay. You know, so I don't like that, man. I'd rather not do that shit. I mean, you know what, man? I'm gonna miss that one. Matter of fact, I'm gonna sit sideways and talk to the nigga like that.
I don't know why they think that. I don't know who told them. It's amazing how European guys like GQ will tell God, hey, wear your pants short with no socks and some dress shoes. That's
cool. Don't stop it, man. Shit. Man, as soon as you take,
I ain't gonna see with no.
Right, as soon as you take your shoes off at night, you be like, God damn, what the hell is this? Why you feel like that? Nigga, you walk around with no socks on all day. Your shit stinking like a mother. You can't even wear them shoes no more. You gotta put your foot in some soap and water right now. God damn. You ever wear your shoes without no socks?
Oh yeah, the tennis shoes, you can't even wear them again.
damn, that's the worst smell in the world. You just be sitting by yourself and then you smell something, you're like, what is that? Is that my feet smell like that? Shit, through my shoes? Shit. You be like, nigga, is that feet coming through my socks? My shoes?
Oh my God, man. You got me over here crying. And they wearing hard leather shoes too.
Man, you know that shit stinking like a, oh my God, I can't believe that, man. I can't do it. I don't know how they do it.
I can't
I
do
don't know how
it
they
either,
do
man.
it. I don't know how they do it, man. Yeah.
Hey man, I want to remind everybody March the 7th, we start
Yes, sir.
our back to our comedy show. You can see if you're not in Cali, you can watch it on YouTube live. We're the only live streaming comedy show. We are at the waterfront. They call it Millionaire Row. Big Hank, you know,
Yes,
and
sir.
it's just a blessing. I feel like I'm going from the pit to the palace. I got some stuff to let you know because I had to send like 4 or 5 emails to the radio station we've been talking about, and they hit me yesterday. And I'm not going to throw the names out yet because I want to be am I using this word correctly? Because this is the first word.
Bonafide.
Bonafide.
You do it, that's cool. You can use it.
Okay, yeah, okay. I went to say it, then I thought it was lurking too. You better say it.
You wanted to, the correct word probably would be certified because you wanted to be certified. That probably would be better.
See, this I'd rather be certified before we bring everybody and tell what's going on, but we working on it hard. So want to thank everybody. Cynthia Joy, she had to leave out. One last word, Big Hank, before we go out here.
Hey, peace to my sister Joy, man. We love you, sis. Man, listen. Oh, this is what I want. This is the word I learned not too long ago. The definition of faith. You know what faith is? Faith is when we pray to God and we hoping that we know that when we pray to God, that God hears us, and that when he hears us, he's gonna do what we asked him to do. So faith is this. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. Yeah. And the evidence of things not seen. Okay. So right. So when we hoping for it to come to pass, substance. Yes. Right. And then the evidence of it is that it's not seen, but when you get it, you know what I mean? It's sure, just the substance. So just stay faithful, man. Keep living life like God is watching, because he is, and stay prayed up. Stay prayed up.
That definition of faith, which I know, but what you're just saying, it hit me at the right time.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, sometimes you get a little shake in your faith, though. I was like, Lord, what's going on? I paid my tithes, or what am I lacking? Is it something I'm lacking? You feel me? But
and then boom, you go from the palace to the pit. That what you just said, from the pit to the palace. That what you just said. All of a sudden, how that come up? That's because you've been paying your tithes, you've been doing the right thing. Yeah, they put you in a whole new spot, and you get to keep your money in your pocket, and you come on, man. So that's that faith. That's what you was praying for, and it's what he showed you. It might not have been what you was looking for, because you didn't know what you was looking for, but when you get it, you're like, ooh, this is it. Yeah, this is it right here. This is it.
You're absolutely right. Because that word went for me and anybody else. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Yes, sir.
That's where we're gonna end it. God bless everybody. Praying for you. Love you, Big Hank.
Thursday, man.
So, God bless.
Yep, see you Thursday.
Welcome to the Roy Anthony every Tuesday and every Thursday. Y'all tap in.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Roy Anthony.